Usually, when I mention a topic saying there will eventually be a specific video about it, there's a tiny little reason why it takes so long to come out. But it's not my fault. However, today I'm here to change that. Let's talk about this crazy relationship between Finn and Flame Princess. As I said, today we're going to dive into Finn the human's first romantic relationship in Adventure Time. That's right, the one with Flame Princess. It was a very interesting and intense relationship that started on a rocky note and also ended quite turbulently. It was quite different from his relationship with Huntress Wizard, for example, where Finn already had a certain level of maturity. But because this relationship with Flame Princess was so beautiful and amazing in its good moments, I ended up loving this couple and mourning their breakup. This relationship showcases how selfishness can destroy so much and deeply hurt the people who truly love you. It also realistically portrays how fragile, complex, and painful relationships can be, highlighting that apologies aren't a magical fix-all in life. Sometimes, all it takes is one unforgivable action for someone to lose trust in you completely. If we think about it, Finn and Flame Princess's relationship started off on the wrong foot. It happened right after Finn experienced a romantic rejection that deeply affected him, plunging him into sadness. Flame Princess was used to fill an emotional void left by someone else, serving as a crutch to make him feel better. This chaotic beginning mirrored the chaotic ending and highlighted just how powerful, destructive, and unstable Flame Princess was. She had spent her entire life until then imprisoned in the only place she knew, without the slightest understanding of good and evil. The only person who was going to guide her through all these delicate issues was an immature boy. It's not hard to see how this was doomed to fail, right? However, despite their differences and the challenges they had to face, the two still shared fun, beautiful, healthy, and incredible moments together. There's no denying that. Some episodes did such a phenomenal job of capturing the feelings and the positive, sweet, and passionate side of their relationship that it quickly won me over and made me want to hold on to those two. I wish their love would last forever, and maybe much of my happiness about this couple comes from the fact that, up to that point in the story, I had only seen Finn suffer because of love. So, it was nice to see him happy because of this feeling for a change, right? It was something that, I don't know, just made a lot of sense to me, even though this relationship was pretty unlikely from the start, and there were already some signs that it could crumble at any moment, as shown in that dungeon episode, for example, which makes it clear how different they were in many ways, especially when it came to having fun. They also struggled to understand what the other was feeling because either of them had developed any emotional maturity at that point in their lives. Yet, despite all that, this fool here kept turning a blind eye to all those facts and wildly nurturing the hope that these two would learn about each other, be happy together, and become better through their relationship. Basically, I wanted a happily ever after, that's all. But, as you already know, it didn't take long for me to face reality. In the end, I think this was the Adventure Time relationship that best served to portray and teach a lot about that typical first teenage love when we don't know anything about anything. That kind of relationship where everything is beautiful and passionate at the beginning, everything happens so fast, and it's really intense. It gives the impression that it's something that will last forever, that this is the perfect person for you. No matter how big the problems or differences between you two are, love is so cunning. It makes everything good shine so brightly that it becomes hard to see any of the darkness in the rest. But in the end, it doesn't take long before it hurts, leaving both with important lessons and broken hearts. It feels like the end of the world, but it's not. So, my friends, what's left now is to talk about their breakup, right? Their relationship was suddenly destroyed because of Finn's selfishness and immaturity. He used and manipulated someone who truly loved and trusted him just to get what he wanted and benefit from it, without stopping for a moment to consider the feelings of that person. That person ended up completely destroyed and hurt by being attacked with personal things she had shared precisely because she trusted him. It was a bizarre and extremely awful thing for Finn to do, reminding us that he didn't have even a shred of maturity, and that was still just the beginning of his journey as a person. It's so sad to see the look of disappointment, confusion, and devastation on Flame Princess's face, as if she couldn't process the fact that someone like Finn had done that to her. He was the only person she thought she could trust in the world, and now, all that was left was trauma. In that moment, she lost her innocence and learned how cruel people could be. Even though later in the show she managed to find forgiveness for Finn within herself, it didn't change what had happened. Something had been broken, feelings had been lost, and things had changed. That relationship would never go back to what it was, not even with all the forgiveness in the world. And that was something Finn simply couldn't understand. What they had before was gone, and it was impossible to get it back. That's life. You're going to get hurt, and you're going to hurt others. It's a painful but natural part of being human. The important thing is that we learn the difficult lessons that come with these experiences and become better people who look at their scars and think, wow, that hurt so much, but it wasn't in vain. I like to think that, in different moments and under different circumstances. That amazing couple we saw in some episodes could have had a more beautiful story, a better ending. But what happened, happened.